spicy trash talk that we had just now.
Very spicy trash talk. It felt like a rap battle was about to go down. I feel like that's where they need to go next, is just trying to traverse it into a HOK-related rap battle between Dave and Manjin. But hey, I mean, if we're looking at conversion rates there, the Philippines are winning it, right? It's 1 Philippines to 2 NA representatives. I mean, that's 1 stronger than 2.
That is indeed 1 stronger than 2 here, but can they prove it right here? That will be the thing that they have to really figure out right now. But, woo! Amazon Arena, BTK and Wetrnd Esports. What an amazing way of putting up our semifinals before that.
Yes, I mean, again, you just brought a great point there. This is the semifinals of the KWC, and we are starting off with a banger of show match for both of these teams. The crowd in the Amazon Arena, can we get a Jayo?
Jayo indeed coming in from both these two teams here. Wetrnd Esports with BTK, who will come out on top into the show match as we see an early rotation here will be committed from the side of the Wetrnd.
Yeah, very heavy presence into the mid lane here. Oh, catching a cannon blast there onto 3. I mean, we don't normally see that within a competitive match, right? I mean, that was definitely some good odds here for the side of Wetrnd.
You don't want to be taking these cannon blasts. Look at that. That's a 3-man cannon blast 2 times in your face here. Yawi, he's not missing any of these shots.
He's not missing any of these shots. I mean, right now we are seeing a little bit more kind of like a familiarity here with just like normal competitive games. They're definitely taking this one serious. Like you were saying, Sagi, in the introduction, pride is on the line.
Pride is on the line, and of course, all 10 of these players into this series, they are not any strangers that we are talking about. They are MOBA game veterans here. So definitely, HOK is definitely something that they picked up, and they are extremely good at it right now.
Yeah, Yawi just getting the kind of blast there onto Shark. I was able to phase check him, do a lot of damage, but Shark was actually not punished there. We were seeing that Dogie was actually not too far into the lane to get that catch with that amazing AoE from the H2WO.
But talking about roamers right now, Yawi definitely has a very big presence onto the map right now. He is landing all these cannon blasts, making sure that Shark does not have a good time here. And H2WO here, just chilling towards the mid lane here, wants to look for these catches. But look at Fried Chicken here, he might be caught out.
Yeah, look at the catches. And speaking of which, we do force the flash here from Fried Chicken. He gets out. He's not going to get cooked just yet.
Ooh, the side of Wetrnd Esports, they're cooking this early game well, and Fried Chicken might be caught out here.
I mean, if you're a chicken, you don't drop back into the deep fryer, but when the deep fryer is Wetrnd and it's on your side, you get the pick up of Renejay.
He baited that so well. He knows for a fact that Renejay, I'm reading your mind. You want this kill? Nah, bro. Best player one got my back here.
He did. He came through within the thick and thin, right? For this bloodthirsty Kings are looking very thirsty at this point of the game. I mean, Hoon now level 4 on the Kongming. Obviously, the winning strategies are going to be coming in pretty soon.
Yep, it's coming in pretty soon here, and Hoon, you're just looking at him, it's like he's racking up so much of these gold coming in from this Kongming. We know for a fact, Kongming requires gold here, and Hoon, he's extremely good at farming gold.
Very good. I mean, to be honest, they've got 2 obviously carry potentials here for the side of Bloodthirsty Kings. They've got the Kongming, they've got the Marco Polo. Mobazane really needs those attack speed items first off, but right now, a little bit of a brawl here. We do see the Dharma Renejay going into the back line, but then gets pushed away. It's going to be the Fever Barrage. Mobazane not catching any, but the Cannon Blast coming through here. Win onto the back line is H2WO. He gets the pick off of Mobazane. They get a double kill onto Shark, making him. Both baby Sharks are going down.
Both baby Sharks going down. Yawi with that 3-man Cannon Blast to salvage 2 kills on the side of BTK here. But still, BTK comes out on top with 3 return kills here. Best player one, I gotta say, he's solid on this Wetrnd. And let's check on the replay real quick. Engage comes through by the side of BTK here. They're shaking hands real quick. But look at Mobazane jumping in with the Fever Barrage here. Ooh, that Cannon Blast. Immediate jump by the Lamp here. But Shark was crucial in stopping H2WO in his tracks.
Yeah, I mean, that Conductor of Souls there, for those obviously in the audience, is pretty huge of a bit of a comeback. A second life for Wetrnd, right? I mean, we saw there, Yawi was out of there. He took a big L with that winning strategy. He took a lot of damage already onto the chin, so he went back in. I feel like that was a bit of a mistake here for the side of Wetrnd Esports.
Ooh, they are still warming up their hands, as we might say here. It's still a warm-up session coming in prior to the 4th minute mark here. And look at the setup here coming in from Shark here. He might be looking to catch up specific players here, but Ultimate comes in from the Lamp, pushes the Wetrnd towards the tower here. But best player one, He's tanky, he's an Augur, he walks out safely.
Walks out safely, and we see here the bot side of the map, BTK looking to take that T1 before they even go for the Tyrant objective. We do get the Mulberry Power onto Yawi. He's able to get out, Cannon Blast onto 2. We do see Renejay into the back line. He catches Hoon. This is trouble for the side of BTK. They just lost a lot of damage. They're looking for a little bit more. Think inside the box being committed a little bit too early there. We do get the punch away onto Fried Chicken. The flash being expanded here, and they are able to get out, but Best Player 1 is committed to try and get some kills, get a bit of revenge here, and it's going to come back in the form of Sumpak.
Sumpak gets taken down by Best Player 1 here. That fight alone, Renejay came in clutch, set up so much success here coming in for the side of Wetrnd Esports, but still, Best Player 1, he was not there, and he's the main tag and the main carry of the team right now as of this game.
Main carry overall, right? I mean, if we're looking at the gold lead, we haven't really mentioned it just at this point in the game, but BTK are actually quite a little bit ahead, right? I mean, like 2.2k if we're going to be kind of just keeping it, locking it in on the mark there. So those kind of resources going over to the likes of even Mobazane, Hoon onto the Kong Ming, it's going to be trouble here for the side of Wetrnd Esports.
I gotta agree with you because talk about objectives, talk about all these map rotations here. BTK is seemingly coming out on top in all these exchanges so far.
They are coming out on top of the exchanges, but I think it's just down to Best Player onto this Augur. Augur being such a tanky, sustainable pick, especially, like I said, the Conductor of Souls. His ultimate is going to give him that second lifeline and a lot of shielding, a lot of HP regen. But right now, we're going to be looking here for Wetrnd trying to get some more scores on the board, making a trend onto the Gorge.
The trend onto the Gorge right now seems to be an upward hill for the side of BTK as they're scaling extremely well in terms of the gold lead here. So, if you're Wetrnd Esports, your first idea is to think about how are we gonna melt this Augur, because you have not enough damage so far coming in from the side of Wetrnd.
Not enough damage, but the unending sorrow there is going to get Dogie out of that team fight without taking any L's anymore. But we are seeing a bit of a teleport down to the bot side of the map. We do try here with H2WO, trying to get that T1 takedown, but now Best Player, Fried Chicken on top of him. Can he get the death blow to get out of there? But the execute comes through.
Slice and Dice gets caught out. Best Player 1 executes H2WO onto his lamb here. And once again, the red buff, the objective coming in from the side of Wetrnd Esports gets invaded once again.
They get invaded once again. I mean, this T1 looking like it's going to be the takedown here. What an impressive Beaver Barrage, but it gets caught by Yawi. The control here for the side of Wetrnd Esports is not going to be enough to keep that T1 alive.
Beautiful stuff here coming in from Wetrnd Esports. The Renejay Yawi synergy here. 3-man lockup into a 3-man, multi-man knockup. Check out this replay real quick. Okay, Unending Sorrow burns through by Dogie here. All members get engaged, but look at this engager. Beautiful 3-man combo coming in from the Renejay Yawi synergy.
Yeah, beautiful. I mean, Best Player 1 there, obviously coming from the back line was brilliant. There we go. You can see Assassin Dave. He's happy that the NA representatives are being very well played here onto this best of 1. But, I mean, they're able to keep that 2k gold lead literally in their midst at this point in the game. But 2k is not that far. It's not a big lead to have at any point in the game.
It is indeed not a big lead, but that's the competition we're talking about. Even if it's a show match here, both teams are putting all that they have to really cement themselves towards this game here, because look at both these two teams here. They are not anyhow playing the game. They are committing resources, rotations, and look at the map right now.
Yeah, I mean, the map overall obviously is going a little bit kind of like topsy-turvy for both of these teams. We see a bit of a push into the top side of the map, which obviously Wetrnd already had the priority because they took the T1 already. But more importantly, BTK got that T1 into the mid lane, as we know is going to open up the jungle of Wetrnd Esports.
And that's the trend, right? Best Player 1, look at him again. He's constantly invading H2WO's jungle. We know for a fact that if you're an assassin jungle like the Lam, you require so much of these resources, but Best Player 1, he's doing such a great job in managing and making sure that H2WO, you're not getting any resources at all.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of resources here, it could be potential here. Shark just using the Ride the Wind to get into the brush there, keeping himself alive. But we saw, obviously, looking at itemization, Mobazane's got those 2 core items for the Marco Polo, right? The Doomsday, the Sparkforged Dagger, but what they don't have is Hoon going into this team fight. The Mulberry Power doesn't connect onto Dogie. He's able to use the Unending Sorrow to get himself out of there.
Renejay coming in clutch with all these moments, right? He's always finding these flanks onto the key target, especially Hoon. I think that's the 3rd time so far that Renejay found these successful entry angles, especially onto Hoon.
Yeah, I mean, they're finding great angles into these team fights, right? Like, getting the pickups onto Hoon. I mean, it's good for the side of Wetrnd Esports as they get into these team fights. But now, you're just seeing the Fever Barrage into the backline being committed there, forcing the flash away onto Sumpak. Sumpak gets taken down. We are seeing Dogie and Renejay. They're a little bit too late to save that T2 into the bot side of the map. But here we are. BTK really putting pressure into these side lanes.
What was Zane's damage calculation on Marco Polo was so beautiful that he knew for a fact that if he hit all that barrage onto the spell 1, he could have executed Sumpak, and that was played perfectly.
Played perfectly indeed, and they're looking to go over the Azure Golem. Yawi tried to get the Cannon Blast to try and secure it for the side of Wetrnd Esports, but it just wasn't enough. Doggy taking a lot of too many shots from the Splendid Revolver for my liking.
Oh yeah, that is definitely something that you do not want to be happening right now. And look at this once again. H2WO might be caught out by the situation. He gets executed.
Oh no! I mean, when you're thirsty, you need H2Os. And onto the side of Wetrnd Esports, they're thirsty for the gold, but they are against the bloodthirsty Kings. So there's a lot of thirst onto the Gorge within this best of one, and a lot of pride on the board. The winning strategy being commanded there onto the side of Wetrnd Esports to keep them away from the T2 and get the takedown here for BTK.
Ooh, BTK having an extremely good game so far coming into this game, especially in Showmatch here. They are controlling the Gorge, making sure that they mark their stamp onto the Gorge. Right now, they are going towards the Overlord here to secure this objective for further wave control.
They're trying to get further wave control. Obviously, we normally see at this point of the game where the team that is ahead in terms of obviously priority in the lanes like to go for the Tyrant, but here BTK is going to try and go for a bit of a different strategy. They're going to try and maybe get that pressure into the top side of the map because they've already got all the way to the high ground turrets at least 2 out of 3 lanes.
I love what Fried Chicken did exactly there. He knows for a fact that, hey, I'm not needed at the Overlord. I'm just going to be man-marking this Tyrant, and if they sneak it, I'm going to be causing them lots of pressure here, and that is exactly the case. Fried Chicken, pretty good job there.
Very good job for a Fried Chicken. For a chicken that has been cooked, he's doing very well, right? He's actually got quite a lot of awareness for something that is going to be food at this point in the game. But we saw there with the gold shot that obviously 3 of the side of BTK are rocking the top 3 there. So really, the side of Wetrnd Esports, they need to stunt this growth.
They indeed need to stunt this growth, especially as the Overlords and Vanguards are slowly marching towards their base right now. They have extremely high wave pressures coming in from all 3 lanes. Bot tier 3 already going to the hands of BTK as of this point.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. So we were looking around about 2k gold difference at certain points in the game, right? But now it's definitely a sizable amount here for the bloodthirsty Kings. I mean, if they didn't have a gold lead with a name like that, I feel like it's misbranded, but into the point here is going to be the think inside the box catches 2. Is this going to be the comeback? The trendsetters, Wetrnd Esports, they get a pick up onto the farm lane duo there, but Fried Chicken into the bot side of the map, trying to put pressure onto Renejay and Dogie as the side H2WO trying to keep them away from that T3 in the mid lane.
Ooh, H2WO, the assassin legend here, cleaning out 3 members from the back end here, and Yawi once again. I gotta comment this guy. He's landing so much crucial engages here, and look at Renejay and Dogie. They're desperately trying to defend this tower, but they get engaged on the best player 1. He stays alive, but he gets taken down. Fried Chicken, can you do it?
The second wind here from Fried Chicken on the Byron keeps himself alive. The sustainability, he's looking to try and just keep those minion waves coming through into the mid lane, trying to get that T3, but hey, I mean, there's a good time to get out of there, and that was it.
Clutch moments coming in from both teams here. That was an explosive team fight here. Once again, the Renejay Yawi synergy is showing up massive. Let's check out the replay real quick. Okay, Renejay, he has his ultimate real up. He's looking for the angle. He goes in for the knockup onto best player 1.
Boom.
Sets him onto the wall. H2WO comes in with the execute damage.
Yeah, execute damage come through there cleanly there for the side of Wetrnd Esports. But I mean, that was what, like a 4-1 trade overall? We are seeing it in the actual live that both mid lanes have been traded here. H2WO gets the Shadow Tyrant for this point in the game. So obviously, Wetrnd, for those at home, are going to have the extra damage, have the extra movement speed coming into these next team fights for about 75 seconds.
Oh, Mobazane, he finds Sumpak. Sumpak gets found out. 1v1 between Sumpak and Mobazane. Who goes down? It's a win for Sumpak!
This is how powerful the protective wins are on the console U pick here. And this is why it's one of my favorite mains. There it is. Just using that movement speed from the protective wins. It's not going to be enough to get him out of Fried Chicken's palms. And he does get cooked and fried.
But hey, a 1v1 win against Mobazane here. We take that and Sumpak comes out on top here. But that's not his base here. He falls towards Fried Chicken and Shark.
Yeah, I mean, overall, if you're looking objectively, BTK are playing the map a lot better, right? I mean, they still have a T1 alive in the mid lane. They still have T2s into the side lane as well. So really, they're putting the pressure on quite thick into the early game, which is giving them this kind of lead that we're seeing right now. But there we go. Yawi with the
Renejay!
great think inside the box. Renejay with the collapse onto Motsu as well. Crucial crowd control 3. Down goes Shark. But still, we have Fried Chicken and best player to 1. They are looking as the best duo onto the side of BTK. They're looking for a little bit more, but they are still trying to run these minions through into the T3. They get it. Takedown.
Okay, Mobazane looks to jump in with his ultimate right here. He's looking for the kite right here, and H2WO goes in. So much damage onto the Gorge right now. It's a 2-for-2 trade. Can we look for a team fight here? I do think so, because BTK, they're running out of spells here.
Yeah, I mean, that Opal really putting pressure onto Mobazane. I mean, the range from the Gonzo U here, we're seeing the Daybreaker being built, so we are getting to that late game itemization here on this hero. But after that, Wetrnd Esports managed to bring that goal lead to around about 3K again.
Look at this Yawi Renejay combo once again. Yawi always on the front and looking for these big engages. Renejay with the immediate flank, catching out Kun and the members of BTK once again. Wow, Renejay, he's so good with these angles.
So good at the angles, but here the conductor's all being committed as well. But Dogie is looking to use the unending sorrow, but still gets taken down. The death precipice is gonna be all they need on the side of BTK. But impressive, Yawi is. Imagine how funny it would be if he watched Assassin Dave's video on these combos of Motsu.
Well, I gotta say here, he doesn't have to watch it, but he's definitely doing pretty well. Maybe he can improve better if he watches Dave's video here. But look at it at wave state right now. 4 members strong coming in from BTK. They're pressuring this crystal right now as it's almost going down. Renejay, so low on health.
So low on health there. I think inside the box already been committed, but the damage is still here for the side of BTK. Hoon is here, but who is not here is those minions or vanguards, but it's going to be Mobazane and Fried Chicken trying to shepherd them through. Knowing he doesn't have to think inside the box, Yawi is going to get dived on here. This could be the spell of the end. Mobazane's like, guys, I'm not going for the fight. I'm going for the crystal, but Fried Chicken's going in. And BTK are your Showmatch winners.
The Kings got their honor from this show match as they take down Wetrnd Esports in this best of 1. They came out on top.
They came out on top, and North America stand up. NA does no longer represent near airport.
Wow, what a game here coming in from both teams here. BTK definitely showing us they adapt to this game quick, and they were showing very good map control here.
I mean, overall, control-wise, you have to give it over to best player 1. Like the trash talk that Renejay gave him, saying he's going to make him look like worst player 1, that gave him the fire he needed in this game.
He was super clean onto this wall run here. His damage control, how much